A dry shampoo that's unique, patented innovation makes it a complete game changer. And yes, it's from the geniuses at K18.
Yay!
Hello and welcome to the world of Craig. Yes, that's me. I'm Craig, Clutches Pearls, and this is my channel where we get into all things hair and sometimes a little bit of beauty. Oh yes, you may have seen it on the internet because it has kind of gone viral over on some other platforms, which we're not going to name on here. And that is K18's brand new dry shampoo called AIRWASH. Now this is the most amazingly innovative product, and I just want to mention before I get into telling you about it that I am education ambassador for K18. This video is not sponsored. I am completely chuffed and very proud to be associated with the brand because their products and formulations are so innovative and they really seriously work. I am not an influencer for the brand. I have never been an influencer for the brand. But as I've already mentioned, I'm education ambassador, and this is an exciting year for me because I'm going to be traveling with the brand, yes, to share it with people all over the place, maybe all over the world. Maybe I'll be coming to near where you are to share the K18 love. But that's enough of an intro. Let's get into what this incredible formula is all about. Just to mention, before we get into the wonder that is AIRWASH, that there is a full K18 playlist here on my channel with an overview of all the products and how to use them, Q&As, etc, etc. I've been using the brand since it came to the UK, since its kind of conception really, which is probably over 4 years now, and I use it on the daily, in the salon, on all of my clients. Every single client that comes through the salon and sits in my chair has K18 on their head, so you can check out that playlist after you've watched this video. Obviously, I will link it in the description, and I will also pop that playlist on the end slate because you're going to get to the end of the video. So AIRWASH, what exactly is it? Well, I use a mode on my camera that means that if I hold this up, it's going to be all fuzzy. So I will insert some footage here of a close-up of the packaging and a bit of the texture perhaps as well, because I'm not going to spray it on my hand here because you won't be able to see it. AIRWASH is a unique dry shampoo. In a non-aerosol, there's a ball bearing in there, and I'll tell you why in a second. In a non-aerosol component, spray bottle basically, that uses round mineral spheres to absorb oil. There's other technology in there as well that's unique and patented, which I'm going to tell you about in a second, but there's a lot of information to get across and I want to break it down. So, it uses those mineral spheres in order to absorb excess oil. But because it's not using a starch, most dry shampoos that you buy on the high street or even very, very high-end price, I'm thinking of one now that's about £40, they contain rice starch. You'll often see it listed in the ingredients as sativa, which is rice, the kind of, the Latin name for rice starch. And that can leave a white residue on the hair and on the scalp. Whereas K18 have used this incredibly innovative technology, which is these spherical mineral beads that don't leave any of that white cast or leave any gunk on the scalp. Now this also helps to control the microbiome of the scalp. What is a microbiome, you might ask? Well, all of the K18 products are very, very thoughtful about the way that they have incredible development. I've met the chemist that formulate them and the founder of the brand, Savine, and he is very, very passionate about how these products look after our hair and our scalp. The microbiome of anything, really, it could be of the world outside, it could be of our scalp, it could be, lots and lots of different things, is the balance of how your scalp works. So those mineral spheres, they soak up the oil, but they also protect the scalp at the same time, okay? So that's what's in this innovation. Of course, there is the K18 peptide, because the K18 peptide itself, watch the overview videos in that playlist, is incredibly unique. It's a patented peptide, it's a polypeptide. We are made of polypeptides, so that is in there too, okay? But it's those mineral spheres that do an incredible job of soaking up the oil without leaving a residue. So, what else is incredibly unique and patented about this? just to add to what I've just said as well, I don't think that dry shampoos that use rice starch or that use talc, some of them still use talc, I don't think that they are bad. I don't think that they give the results that the K18 AIRWASH does. I think it's a very different thing. What the peeps at K18 do is they want to disrupt things. So they want to make products that are completely different to anything that's out there. And that's what this is. But I'm not saying that Batiste is bad or any of the other dry shampoos that are out there. I have them in my kit, but this is something different. Now, moving on. There is something in this called Odor bind technology that is patented to K18 and it's completely brand new. And it comes from, yes, pigs. How amazing. That's not to mention that this has any animal products in it. It does not. This is vegan. But the technology, the way that Odor bind works is basically what happened. The peeps at K18, they studied the human genome of pigs, didn't involve harming animals in any way. They studied the genetic code because pigs have the most incredible sense of smell. They studied how a lot of different animals use their sense of smell because it's not a very nice thing to talk about, but well, I mean, I don't have a problem with it, but you might think it's a bit, If your hair is greasy or oily or, has not been shampooed for a while and you're producing sebum, then it might be a little bit smelly. So what the lovely chemists at K18 wanted to do was create a way to encapsulate that smell and to take it away, if you like, for up to 3 days after using AIRWASH. And that is what Odor bind technology does. Pigs have an incredible sense of smell. They use them to sniff out truffles in the forest. I love pigs. I really love pigs. I don't know why, there's just something about a pig, isn't there? I love bears as well, but I love pigs too. And that technology of how pigs find the truffles, if you like, of how they have that heightened sense of smell, is what went into developing Odor bind. I have tested it out on friends of mine. It works. This doesn't have a very heavily perfumed smell. It has a very light, fresh scent, if only you could smell it. It has a very light, fresh scent, slightly fruity, I think, but it actually does encapsulate that smell of dirty hair and lock it away for up to 3 days. But there's more. Something else that's incredibly brilliant about this, and again, I have tested it out, I wouldn't be sharing this with you if I didn't think this was fab. It wouldn't be on my channel. I don't share anything here on my channel that I don't think is fantastic and is going to make a difference to you, whether you're a hair pro or a consumer, is you can use this as a style extender. I have a client, she will remain nameless, let's just call her P, and she has quite fine textured hair. This is kind of crazy. This is why I think this is so amazing. She comes into me from time to time. I don't do a lot of blow dries in the salon. I just don't. It's not what my client base is like, but she lives locally in the West End and she comes in and she has a blow dry with me. She has very fine, slightly fluffy hair, and I also make her some wefts that I put into her hair. I use mousse, I use styling products on her hair as well. I use a styling spray. She uses all K18 at home as well, and I use it when I colour her hair. But she comes in, she has a blow dry, I back comb it a little bit, I pop in just 2 rows of wefts, and then I very, very lightly spritz AIRWASH at the root. I'm going to tell you how to use it in a second, but I very lightly spritz it at the root, and she is convinced that this AIRWASH extends the lasting of her blow dry because it absorbs any oil that's coming out. Normally her hair would get very flat and would also, just not last more than a day and a half. But she can get 3 days out of a blow dry with me because it's absorbing that oil. Now, how do you use it? It is super concentrated. It's not a budget product. It isn't something that is a drugstore price. I can't remember what the price of it is. I'll pop it here. But what you would do is you would literally spritz, and I'll insert a little clip of me using it in here as well. You would literally spritz one pump spray after shaking it. I love doing that. because of the ball bearing to disperse the minerals in the carrier solution that's in here, formula that's in here, you would spray one spray on each section, which would probably be about an inch and a half thick, depending on the thickness of your hair. I can't give you very specifics because everyone's hair is different, and that's it. You would just lightly spritz, one spritz each section, and that would absorb the oil. And for that client P, who won't see this, it does extend the life of their blow dry. Incredible. So in a nutshell, before I say goodbye, what exactly is AIRWASH? Well, it's brand new patented technology that is a complete game changer when it comes to dry shampoo. It has a wet formula that has odor bind technology that can take away that smell of dirty hair, I know, for up to 3 days, but also uses mineral spheres, round spherical mineral spheres, in order to soak up excess oil whilst protecting the microbiome of the scalp. That's good. It does also have the unique K18 polypeptide in there as well, which, as we know, we do, don't we? If we don't know, we go and watch the playlist after this that I've linked in the description, because there's a lot of great K18 content in there as well that helps to repair hair like never before. So if you're into dry shampoo, or if you want to extend the life of your blow dry, or if you have finer hair, and I find this does with finer hair, give it a little bit more texture. If you spritz it in very lightly, very concentrated after you've styled your hair, then this could be for you. A huge thank you for watching this. If you've got to the end of the video, if you've liked it, if you've enjoyed it, or if you found it helpful, that's what I was going to say, then you know exactly what to do. There's a ton of free education. Everything on every platform of mine is completely free to watch and will never be behind a paywall. That's it for this time. You all take lots of care, and I'll see you all in the next one.